After yesterday's disappointing 1-0 loss to Chelsea, the big games keep on coming. Today, we're going to be facing off against Liverpool. Can we put yesterday's result firmly behind us as we look to press for 3 points in the Premier League? Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Frankly FM84. A big thank you for joining me on another episode of Leeds United, Pride of Yorkshire. So as I said, in yesterday's episode, we went down 1-0 to Chelsea. A bit of a disappointing performance really. We did hold our own, couldn't really create anything that was of any substance, and Chelsea had a header, which was an absolute rocket from Lufc. So as of yesterday, I am still struggling a little bit under the weather. Didn't want to let anybody down by not having any content on the channel, so decided to push on through. We're going to go single games from here to about the Napoli game, and we're just going to try and push through and keep the content coming on the channel. And as that's happening, that means that there is absolutely nothing to catch up on, apart from the fact that the injuries are mounting up. Benjamin Šeško got injured in yesterday's episode, which means he will miss today's game. So on that note, let's have a look at the team lineup that will face off against Liverpool. With defeat firmly in the forefront of our thinking from yesterday, we are going to look now to get back on winning ways as we face off against another top 4 team in Liverpool. As I showed you at the end of yesterday's episode, it is getting awfully bunched in the Premier League. There are lots of teams within a couple of points of each other. Arsenal do seem to be streaking away with it at the moment. Hopefully we can start eating into that advantage that they have and pulling them back towards us, and that can only start by beating Liverpool today. So the team trusted to get 3 points will be Meslier in goal, Drama, Ame, Kanate and Manea at the back. We've got Bentancur and Phillips, Hlozek, De Ketelaere and Daniel James, and Karim Adeyemi. This is a little bit of an experimental lineup. We are struggling in terms of injuries, in terms of players feeling a bit jaded, lots of games coming up as well, so may have to keep an eye on the bench during the game. But fingers crossed, I trust in the rotated team to get us 3 points. Let's see what happens when we face off against Liverpool. As always then, with these big games and the single match episodes, we're going to go full coast to coast, show you everything that happens along the way in this game. No highlights today with a single match episode. So team lineups here, you can see that we faced off against Lorenzo Luca in the last episode. Today we are facing off against Erling Haaland. Liverpool actually start the day in 6th. I thought they were in the top 4. It seems like we are actually in 4th and Liverpool are in 6th. So that is something that I didn't actually realise. Yeah, Liverpool down in 4th. Game started off and we have had a corner. Karim Adeyemi has the cross and Wisdom Amir has headed the ball off of the underside of the bar. He hit the top of the bar and he went out for a goal kick in yesterday's episode. He's hit the underside of the bar. It's going out for a goal kick today. We all know what happened next yesterday. So hopefully we are going to stand up to Liverpool and not let them bully us, but it looks like they are going to be in here as Mo Salah gives the ball to Trent, who plays it forward to Salah. He's going to cut it back, and there's Erling Haaland. And just like yesterday, the main man pops up with a goal straight after the first highlight of the game for us. It's going to get checked by VAR, but the ball was played backwards and Erling Haaland was running towards the ball. And having said that, it's Mo Salah who was offside. A little bit surprised considering it looked like he was perfectly on. But no, there is definitive proof. Looking across the line that the ball is played to Mo Salah in an offside position, and we live to fight another day. So, is that the little bit of luck that we needed? Liverpool are going to try and press us again here, though, as Salah plays the ball over the top to Haaland. Nobody is close enough to him. The ball hits Meslier, rolls towards the goal. It was... what happened there? How? Okay, I actually looked away. Meslier picked the ball up and then seemed to carry it out for a corner, which is a little bit strange. I'll have to go back and watch that myself because I completely missed that. There's me thinking Melier's got the ball in his hands. He's going to just play it up the pitch. But no, next thing you know, he's outside of the pitch and it's a corner kick. A little bit strange there. Something in the match engine didn't look quite right. But still, Liverpool on the throw-in. Ball to Mane. Haaland is in, and this time, this one is going to go to VAR as well. I think this one's going to count. This one looked like it was perfectly fine. The ball was played to Mane. Oh no, they've disallowed another one. Erling Haaland is actually gonna go mental at this referee. Oh, this one's a lot tighter. You can't see from that angle. The red and the blue lines are literally merged into one. And referee Simon Hooper has now disallowed two of Liverpool's goals. Now, typically, if this was a normal game of Football Manager and it was us that had two goals disallowed, you know Liverpool are going to pop up with a 1-0 win. In this game, though, it doesn't tend to happen where the other team get two goals disallowed and then you pop up with a 1-0 win. If we football manager now, then that would be absolutely brilliant. But in at the break, 6 shots, only 1 on target. We are struggling a little bit without some of our first teamers. Konate and Bentancur and Phillips all look to be struggling a little bit as well. We are going to push into the second half and see what happens. Going to have to make some changes, I think, because it's probably warranted. But it looks like we've got the ball here deep in Liverpool's half. De Ketelaere plays the ball across. Bentancur can't get it, but he dispossesses Madueke. Ball's played across, and there's Karim Adeyemi with a chance. He's put it over the bar, and he was onside as well. Out for a goal kick. A little bit disappointing in terms of the finish there from Adeyemi. Would have expected him to at least hit the target when he's in that much space. So 66 minutes on the clock. We are going to make a couple of changes. Oh, this is the last thing we need. We have another injury. So Esposito is going to come on in place of Adam Hlozek. I think as well. Do I dare make this move? No, there's bigger issues. So Mbete is going to come on in place of Wisdom Ami. And also Bentancur is struggling. So Pablo Torre come on there. Yeah, that's that. Those are the 3 subs we're going to make because legs are getting tired. We need something to happen, and fingers crossed, shoring up the defence in the midfield will be the way that will A, stop Liverpool from scoring, and B, hopefully nick a chance ourselves. And we have a throw in here as De Ketelaere gets the ball, plays it back to Dramer, I think. He's involved again, tries the ball through to Adeyemi, but gives it straight to Virgil van Dijk. And Alisson Becker starts Liverpool off on an attack, and they're knocking the ball around comfortably. It goes out to Firmino, back to Gvardiol. Virgil van Dijk plays it to Verasimo, and then they're knocking it around with ease. Firmino to Keita. The ball is forwards to Haaland. There's a tackle there that's jumped into. I'm not sure what was going on with the defending. It wasn't brilliant, but luckily for us, Erling Haaland is wasteful this time. Puts the ball over the bar, and we are limping across the line to a 0-0 draw, it seems. Is there one final twist in the tale as we go into the 94th minute? There is not. So, one thing is blatantly obvious. Either we need to try and get Brenner into the team and see if he can start scoring goals before he goes back to Brazil, or we are going to have to wait for the transfer window to open and try and sign another striker. I think Šeško is out probably for another 5 weeks, so we might start getting a little bit desperate in terms of the goals. In terms of shots, we've had 14, so we are creating chances. Only 3 of them on target. Adeyemi had the one in the second half that he put over the bar, so a little bit disappointed with that. So let's hit the dressing room, continue through there. Let's have a little look at the league table. So a point leaves us on 29 points from 15 games. Arsenal must have lost. They did. They lost to Tottenham, of all teams to lose to. And that leaves them now on 16 games, 35 points. And that leaves us 6 points behind them with a game in hand. So that isn't that bad. If we win the game in hand, we could comfortably close that gap. So fingers crossed, we are going to start turning it on now. The team to watch, though, is Newcastle and Manchester City. So Newcastle are on 14, 28 points. Manchester City on 14 games, 26 points. So they are teams that are going to be pushing their way up the table if they can string a few wins together. So let's have a little look at the schedule. The next of the single matches that we are going to be playing will be Napoli in the Champions League. A good game for us to come back to. Last time out, we beat them 3-0, so hopefully a repeat of that performance would leave me very pleased. I'm going to have a little scratch on my head, see if we can't do something about what's going on with the attacking options, and hopefully come back and get a win for the first time in, well, it'll be the first one in 3 games. A disappointing 0-0 draw then. To be honest, actually, it's not as bad as it sounds. I say disappointing in the fact that Adeyemi had that chance in the second half that he blazed over the bar. We were good value for money in terms of being in the game. It wasn't like we were overrun or anything, and on another day, probably could have had the smash and grab to get 3 points in the game. The injuries mounting up, and the fixture list is going to get hectic, so we need Benjamin Šeško back or a goal scorer to appear from somewhere. Is it maybe time to throw the youngster in? We have 17-year-old Donovan Figueroa. He scored in the Champions League. He scored in the Carabao Cup. Is it time to start throwing him into Premier League games and maybe giving him a chance and see if the hype coming out of the under-23s is real? Let me know about that in the comment section down below. Do you want to see one of the regens come in and see what they're capable of early in their career? I think we might just give it a go. Still though, if you're at this point of the video and you're enjoying the content, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. As ever, I appreciate every single person that takes the time to do it. If you're new around here, welcome to the party. Thank you for sticking around. For this one, I'm going to wrap it up there, and I'll see you in tomorrow's episode where we face off against Napoli.